sketch, the last one of this year, 2018. This is the sketch I chose from Scrap Sketches on Instagram. And yeah, Susanne and I, we are using again our hip kit as we did last couple of times. Yeah, it's the November kit. Yes, it is. So I have a picture of Niels and Finja, and she's doing twice a year there's a big fur change. So, and this is the picture about, because when she's going through the fur change, we do some do you say grooming? Yes. While we go out and walk the dog, and then there's a lot of fur on the field. It's always fun, but nobody complains so far, so that's okay. But it is all the white things in the picture is Finja's fur. So the sketch called for two, I call it banners. It's with the fishtail at one end. So I'm cutting a couple of pieces. The sketch called for two, and I'm cutting down two papers. This one I will use in the end, but in the meantime I'm going with these two flourish papers, but the dark flourish paper will not be in the final layout. In the beginning I thought maybe it's better to have a more darker paper, but in the end I decided it is too dark. So, but the green paper will do it as my background because I like the green. Yep, and then now I'm just cutting two pieces for the banner, and I'm trying to only cut these the right size, so I'm not wasting any paper. Yep. So the sketch is a very simple one, and I think that's why we agreed on it very quickly, because Susanne and I, we are both scrappers who like a more simple layout in contrast to a very colorful and very overloaded layout. At the moment I see a lot of layouts where a lot is going on, and sometimes I can't even figure out what is the picture when I just take a quick look. And this is kind of annoys me, or it irritates me, because for me and for my aesthetic it's always that I like to have the picture as the main point. But I have to so since a couple of months, I mean the whole year, it seems like it's changing and more is better, but I can't go with it. I always like the simplicity of a layout that just is about the picture as the main focus, and then maybe the title and the journaling. So, and the embellishment works with it. So okay, that's just my opinion. Everybody has the right for her own opinion, but this is just what I prefer. And yeah, I'm very curious what Susanne did with the kit and with the sketch, because I know that she also said she has some troubles with the kit, with the colors and so on. And yep, we are both waiting for the December. Probably I wait more for the December kit as she does, because she started her December daily already, and I'm waiting for the hip kit to arrive so I can start with my December. But right now it's already by the end of December, so yeah, it's Christmas time and it hasn't arrived yet, but that's how it is. So now I changed it from the very floral darker paper to this white and blue one, and since a couple of weeks I have problems really focusing on my picture and the layers around behind it, and then I always tell myself, okay, you have trouble now with the picture and the layers, so go and work on the title. And this is what I do here. So the title is What the Fur, and my journaling is on these paper strips. So I typed everything on my computer, and then I printed it on just regular copy paper and cut some stripes so that it's not too small but not too big. And I did this before because I knew when I saw the sketch I want to do some journaling, and the background is very dark. So for me it's not, I could use a white pen, but I didn't want to, so I decided on going with my journaling on copy paper. So now I'm just adhering my layers together, and I will not add anything else to my layers and picture. I just put the picture on foam tape, and then I also will put foam tape behind everything. Yes. I'm not sure, I'm still not sure if I like the kit or if I'm not so liking it, but I'm more on the side, it's not my type of like autumn themed products. For me it's a bit too dark. I like the what was it called, the Indigo Hill 2 collection from Pink Fresh Studio. This was my favorite collection this year, so by far, and I really liked it, and I used it for some pictures which could have been taken in autumn, but they were before. Yep, so this was by far my most favorite collection this year, and I can't say what's next because everything else was like okay, but the Indigo Hill 2, yep, loved it. So now I'm going with some stickers, and this sticker sheet has a nice variety, like word stickers and some a heart and so on, but for me it doesn't fit with autumn. It's I can't work with it, it's really hard. And the kit had these leaves, the Hip Kit exclusive, with the acetate leaves. They are nice, but I couldn't work it with this layout, and I did a layout where I used them and it feels like, oh, then everything is repeating, and I didn't want to. So the sketch was simple and I kept the layout very simple. So now I'm just deciding how to adhere my let's say my journaling, and there was a very short sentence in the end, but it didn't fit, so I just decided not taking it onto my layout. I'm just using the Tombow Aqua adhesive glue to adhere everything down. I like the glue because it's very nice when you glue paper on paper, and this is the only thing you can do with it. You can adhere paper on paper. You can't use it if you want to adhere like a wood veneer on paper. It will not work. So if you want to use, if you want to adhere something other than paper on paper, you have to use a different kind of glue. But for paper on paper, this glue is awesome. It's my new favorite glue of the year. So yeah, everything is basically on the layout, and now I'm using two labels at the side because the sketch had something similar, and I wanted to stick with the sketch, and I will place the date on the label which is sticking out more. Sorry, I'm still a bit, I have a cold. Yep. So, and this is basically it. The only thing I will include are some enamel dots from the Jen Hetfield collection, which were part of the October kit. But since I felt it will work with this kit as well, I included it in my monthly stash, so to speak. So, and also it was too dark for me, and I had all this white on my layout. I decided to go and frame my background paper on a white piece of cardstock. This is what I'm going to do in the end. But now I'm using all the white enamel dots. It's 6 in total, so it's perfectly placed 2 in 3 different spots. And in the beginning I tried to make them work here down at the title 2 place, but it's not working, so they will end up around the picture as well. But this is the nice rule of three, if you want to call it like that. In scrapbooking, it's always nice if you have three places on the layout where you include similar things, maybe enamel dots or a wood veneer or so on. Two is also okay, but often people like to do it in a pair of three. Yep. So yeah, this is where they will end up, and that's it. So now I'm just deciding, do I want to add more of the sticker sheet, but it's not working for me. It doesn't feel right. So, and now I'm deciding, maybe it's enough. It's good enough. Sometimes you just have to let it go, and you have to tell yourself, okay, you have the picture is on, the journaling is on, you might have a title if you like to, and that's it, and you did some embellishment. And now I'm cutting off, first I'm starting with 1/8 of an inch on two sides, but it's too little, so it's not enough. So I decided to go with 1/4 of an inch, so that means I go back and cut 1/8 again on two sides. And it's not that you can't use the opposite sides. It's always, I don't know the English word, the English term for it, but they have to kind of connect to one corner. So, and yeah, I am curious if Susanne also used a title this time, because the sketch didn't call for it. And Susanne is more like a person or a scrapper who is not using titles very often. It's always fun if she does, and I like it because I think it's always a nice, like you see what the person thought about the picture and the story behind it, and that's why I have I try almost always using a title. But Susanne is opposite in this part. So I'm just using double-sided tape to adhere it, and I cut out a bit of the middle of the white cardstock to save it for something else, like cutting something with my die cutting machine or so on, or stamping something, so I don't need to use a whole new piece of cardstock. Yep, so that's it. In the end I will have some pictures, and I hope everyone has a nice Christmas holiday and spending time with sweethearts in their life, and I hope to see you back in 2019. Have a nice time. See you soon. Bye.